What's good, people? Superhero DJ John Quick, and I know you're looking for my sis, Bobbi Baker. She'll be on in a few, experiencing a few technical difficulties. But you know what? We got to start the show. Let's get it popping. DJ John Quick, Bobbi Baker, DJ John Quick, Bobbi Baker.
He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the actress. Actress.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to another edition of He's the DJ, She's the Actress. I'm superhero DJ John Quick from Scratch Vision and WBLS. And of course, my sis, Bobbi Baker, you know her from, oh my God, like Amazon's Tell Me Your Secrets, Tyler Perry's Ruthless on BT. And of course, this summer she has the whole David Makes Man thing going on at OWN TV. But she's experiencing a few technical difficulties right now. So I'm on right now. I just want to make sure everybody's good out there. Do me a favor in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, where you're listening from. And if you've ever checked out the show before, we do this every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And don't forget, later on, we have the lovely Yolanda Rodgers Howsie. She's co-founder of Stepping Into Service, which is a really dope organization that's just doing all kinds of good work in the community. And she co-founded it with y'all know her as Rudy from the Cosby Show, Keisha Knight Pullum. So it's gonna be fun talking to her a little later on. In the meantime, what I want you guys to do, hit me in the comments. Let me know exactly like what's going on, like what's hitting you hardest in the news or pop culture today. I'm gonna get it. Hey, what's up, Linda from Dunbar? What's good? I'm gonna get into some topics, and hopefully Bobbi will be on in a few. But let's get this started with what's going on this week with these black men just getting shot unarmed by the police. We have the case of course, Daunte Wright in Minnesota. Ironically, I believe they said it was like maybe 20 miles away from where the Derek Chauvin trial is being held. And this brother got pulled over. Something about his air freshener. And it ended up being, having him being shot and killed by a police officer who had 26 years of experience on the force, who said she was confused. She mistook her firearm for a taser. She thought she was tasing him. Now, first of all, there's a couple things here. Number one, they're on opposite sides. So you know which side your firearm is on. All right, so don't try that with us. Number two, and most importantly, the taser is bright yellow, like bright yellow. So for you to pick up that taser, a gun really, and you can see it as you're firing, it's not bright yellow, and you still fired it from someone who was fleeing, who was trying to flee. They weren't a threat to you. They were trying to get away. And so I'm saying it all I have to say is, she was allowed to resign along with the police chief. And I just think it's just straight BS, because obviously she's resigning so she could keep that pension, so she could actually work somewhere else in law enforcement if she chooses to do so. And, again, this is why we need to seriously understand how the whole, voting thing works and how important it is to vote, because, things like this shouldn't be allowed to happen. We should already have a law in place to prevent these type of things from happening. So what I want to do right now is just, seriously just send out a lot of love and, just compassion to the family of Daunte Wright. Now, we also have the curious case of Adam Toledo. Now, this happened in Chicago, and initially the police, they kind of lied. They weren't really truthful. Oh, big surprise in terms of this particular case. Now, this is a 13-year-old boy who, for whatever reason, they claim he had a firearm and he was running. They cornered him. He tossed the firearm, and as he was turning around with his hands up, he was shot and killed. And there's a lot to unpack here. His facts are still coming into the case, but it's just amazing how, I saw a video the other day where a white dude basically he shot at the policeman, and he was still allowed to live. They apprehended him eventually, but he was still allowed to live. There's all kinds of videos of white folks literally attacking police officers, and they're still able to walk away unscathed. They're still able to, even though who knows, they may end up in jail, but they're still able to come home to their families. It just bothers me that, for whatever reason, police officers seem to feel like, oh, we need to be, judge and jury when it comes, and executioner when it comes to, people of color. And it's just disgusting. It's a tired act. And to be honest, we're just really, really fed up. So, what I'm going to do, what's up, Darnell? My nephew, he's tuning in. What's good from Colorado? So we got Dunbar, Colorado in the building. Who else we got in the building? Let's see. Let me see. Okay, that's my coworker. Hold on. I got to holler at her real quick. So a lot is going on, man. I mean, it's very frustrating for us as Black people, for us as people of color, whatever you want to, call it. But the key is we have to get the right people in office. So, it starts from the local level. It starts from the local level. So I just want to encourage everybody, when your local elections are coming around, get all the information you need on the candidates and make the right decision. Make the right decision. And what I'm going to do now is just pivot from that, which is, again, just disgusting to me, to something that I saw on social media that even disgusted me disgusted me just as much. And there was this bullying incident, but from a military person, like a sergeant. His name is Jonathan Pentland. And basically a young man, and honestly, if you look at the video, he looks like he's maybe 15, 16 years old, just walking around his neighborhood that he lives in. And he's being accosted. So just check this out.
Wait, right now.
Hey, they've already been called. They're just waiting. You know what? Maybe you should hang on a little longer. We'll see how it goes. Then we won't have to get the report by ourselves.
What is it you're doing here?
Walking.
Then walk.
Okay, that's what I was doing. She came out of house. Well, you've been here like 15 minutes now.
Let's go. Walk away.
Keep walking.
Walk away.
I already walked away.
Walk away right now. You need help?
You got this on camera.
I'm happy to help you. I didn't hit you. There's a difference between pushing
sure
you.
You were the aggressor, buddy.
You're aggressing on the neighborhood.
Someone came running at walk back.
You better walk away. You walk away. You talking to my wife right now.
That's your wife?
Walk away.
I didn't do
Walk away.
Your wife was speaking.
Take it out. You either walk away or I'm going to carry your out of here.
Dude, if you touch
What do you want to do?
You better not touch me.
Or what? What are you going to do?
You up on me.
Let's go. Walk away.
I didn't do anything.
I'm about to do something to you. You better start walking.
I do anything to her.
You better start walking right now.
You come after me like that?
I ain't coming after you. You're in the wrong neighborhood, Get out. Get out. Where? Where's your house? What's your address?
Maybe we should walk you home.
Walk me home? Well, you bet. You want to bet what I can do?
I live here, sir. Okay,
right now you are harassing the neighborhood.
I'm not harassing anyone walking through the neighborhood I live in, sir.
Where? But check it out. We are a tight-knit community. Okay. We take care of each other. A hell of a lot longer than your I have never seen you before in my life.
How long have you been living here?
That's
Why
none
does
of
that
your
even
business.
matter to you?
How long have you been living
Doesn't
here?
matter. You know what? Get the hell out of my face.
You've
Get out of my
acting.
face.
You walked up to me.
Check it out. I ain't playing with you. You either get your moving or I'm going to move you.
You smell drunk.
You want to bet?
You are drunk.
I'm about to show you what I can do.
I would suggest
You better walk away. Walk away. Walk away.
I'm walking. You keep following me, sir.
There's only one way out of here. It's right over there.
There's multiple ways out of here, sir.
You want to bet? Walk away.
So listen, man. I don't know about y'all, but that video clip just really angered me. It reminded me of something that happened to me when I was younger. I was like maybe 11, 12 years old, and my dad, he took me along at the church. We made a church trip to see a preseason game between the Bengals and I believe it was I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was the Browns or something like that. The Bengals and the Browns, I believe that's what it was. Yeah. So we're in Cleveland. We're in Cleveland, and I have on a Pittsburgh Pirates baseball hat. Not even a football hat. Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on. We got our sis. She's in the building. Hey, we missed you.
Hey.
We missed you. We missed you.
Missed y'all too, bruh. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly. So I just showed the video of the boy bullying the sergeant, well, hopefully soon to be not sergeant, bullying the young black boy. And I was just sharing a story that when I was like 11 or 12 years old, our church, we took a trip to a preseason game, Cincinnati versus Cleveland, in Cleveland. And I just remember towards the end of the game, it was a blowout. So we're all leaving or whatever. So we make that trip to the bathroom before we all get on this bus.
Right.
So I happened to come out the bus early. I mean, not the bus, the bathroom early. And as I'm standing there in my Pittsburgh Pirates hat, this white dude, I'm guessing he was in his 30s. He comes right up on me. He looks down on me, then he squats down and gets in my face and he just screams, "Pittsburgh sucks!" Right? So I'm looking at this dude. Before I could do anything, my father and some of the other church members are coming out the bathroom, and they must have saw it. It took like 3 church members to hold my dad back. And that dude, the white dude, he took off like he had stolen something. Whatever.
I bet he did.
And here's the ironic
Wasn't
thing.
that stupid?
Here's the ironic thing. He didn't even scare me. Once he did that, it was 2 things that go through my mind. If he touches me, I just got to figure out how hard can I kick him in his nuts. Because that was my thing. I wasn't even scared. I just found it. And the other thing, I was like, this is a grown ass man talking to me like this, like about a hat.
Yeah.
A hat, like it wouldn't have been so bad. Like it was a baseball hat. It wasn't even about football. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you need a life. But anyway, it
got
sober
me up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it got me to thinking how some white folks think, because of their privilege, they could talk to us any way they want. And, my dad wasn't having it. He was, my dad was not having it. My dad is
shout out, Pops.
Hey, shout out to all black dads. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would not mess with their children. Trust.
Okay.
Yeah,
look,
but
you ain't gonna win that one.
Yeah, but I just wanted to get your feelings on that video and how you felt about it,
John. All right. You know how sometimes I think a little bit differently from other people.
Yeah, I know. That's why I love you. You the best.
I'm like, now don't get me wrong. Please don't get it twisted. Let me preface it by saying this. I grew up very much in a lower middle class neighborhood. Okay. That wasn't no gated community for him to be checking nobody like that.
Exactly.
Let's start there.
Exactly.
Okay. Like, them wasn't no multi-million-dollar houses in the background that I saw.
No, they were nice houses, but they wasn't.
They were right. Right. It was whatever house you live in, it's the same one 3 doors down, boo.
Yeah, it was like, the basic burbs.
Thank you. Thank you. It was, starter homes, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, how are you going this hard about your community and it ain't even gated? Like,
oh, hold on, Bobbi, and get this. He's only been there for 10 months.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
and okay, so you know how I got the term new fine and new pretty?
Oh yeah, exactly.
He's new middle class.
Yeah. Yep.
He out there patrolling and he knew, like, bro, you don't even go here. Like,
exactly.
Like
patrolling barefoot.
Right.
Yo, I would have stopped stomping on them toes if I was like, what?
Okay.
Like, take that.
Get back to your man cave in the garage. Your makeshift man cave. Because you know you ain't got enough square footage.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Man.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I thought about that. I was perplexed as to why he was going that hard. Like, it's not like, first of all, we belong everywhere. We are everywhere. Yep. But oh boy, he didn't exactly look out of place. Yeah. He didn't look out of place in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, a rapper moved in. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. Nah. He looked like, why would you not believe him?
That's a great point, because as you watch the video, you can see like a couple of black women just walk right by. You know what I'm saying? Like in the background. Like, so what is the problem? He didn't look suspicious. He didn't have a ski mask or nothing.
No. Like, it makes me question what slums this army sergeant came from.
Exactly.
To feel that way.
Yeah.
About the new neighborhood that he just moved into.
Absolutely.
Like, bruh, it's like, come on now.
Yeah.
It's not exactly unattainable for a wide range of the population to live where you live.
Exactly.
It's just not.
Big shout out to the black folks who came and showed out the next day.
Listen,
like, good. They were like, what's good? Come on, we just want to talk.
Right. They were like, oh, we live here.
Exactly.
We
like,
from down the road.
I loved it. That, that's why I love us, man. Like, it's 2021. We not having it, bro. We not having it. They got his butt out there quick. I don't know where they took him to, but he ain't living there right now.
Okay. Yeah. And Lord knows, if I was a white bald-headed man right now, I would be trying to change my look.
Exactly.
Because he could be mistaken for about 10 of them that I know.
Exactly.
They ain't exactly, you know what I'm saying? It ain't exactly a whole wide range of looks amongst. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like Kimberly said, they weren't even custom built homes. Like, come on, bro.
Why? I could pull up the floor plan right now on my phone. It's not hard. Like, it's like relax. Okay,
exactly. Yeah,
relax.
Tripping. Definitely tripping.
Right. Nobody's breaking in. Nobody's casing.
Exactly. So basically, Bobbi, I want to file this under calm down and STFU. That's what we found this under.
That's what we found this under.
So let's pivot. Let's pivot to this whole situation about the show Them and other shows like Antebellum and the movie Us. There's a new term going around called Black trauma porn. Mm-hmm. And basically a lot of I would say a lot. Some Black folks are refusing to support these shows because they feel like these shows are profiting off Black trauma. All right. So I have a couple of issues with that. Number one, Black trauma porn. First of all, our story is weaved with Black trauma. That's just part of our story. There's no denying that. There's no getting away with that. But to call it porn, Black trauma porn, it literally cheapens and disrespect all the incredible and brilliant work that many of these writers and producers, and I mean, the shows that they're talking about. I mean, it's not just the horror shows. I mean, I've heard complaints about what's the one about the Black Panthers, Judas in the Black Messiah, or whatever. I heard complaints about that. I heard complaints about the movie that Chadwick Boseman was in on Netflix. What was it called?
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom?
No, The Five Bloods.
Oh, okay.
Five Bloods.
Okay.
And people are complaining about these shows, but here's what kills me. Like, I'm sorry. I remember Boys in the Hood. I remember Menace in Society. I remember Django. I didn't hear a peep about this during that era. And this one, and it's funny, I was debating with this one brother on Facebook, and he was like, well, why are they making these shows? It's not about education. It can't be about entertainment. I was like, what are you talking about? His whole thing was like, we should never make anything about our Black trauma. So if that's the case, then Nina Simone should have never written Strange Fruit.
Talk about
what I'm saying? If that was the case, then Public Enemy should have never written the album It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Black, or Fear of a Black Planet. Come on now, like, listen. If you're not built to handle that trauma, that painful art, then okay, protect your mental health, protect your emotional well-being. That's fine. But don't sit here and disrespect it and call it Black trauma porn. It's like, you know what, Bobby? It'd be our own people.
It'd be your own people. And there's a skosh of clout chasing in it, for real. Absolutely. It's like, what can I do? What can I say to shock, to bring an interruption in the wave? I'm just gonna be anti just for the sake of getting eyes on me.
Exactly.
I feel like there's a lot of that mixed into it. Sometimes I wonder, like, do you really think that? Or do you just need some attention? Do you just need somebody to talk to you?
Exactly. You
know what I mean? Because that's a lot of people's tactics. A lot of people who don't have friends, who don't know how to, be social, who are socially awkward. A lot of them use just going against everything as a way to connect. And I feel like that's what it is a lot of the times. You ain't got no beef with I'm not buying it. You don't have no beef with this. You just don't have nothing else to do.
Exactly.
Turn off the TV if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It is crazy because, I have people say, again, why they keep making movies like this? They've been making movies like this forever. Like, this is nothing new that you've supported in the past. Now, this happens to be in the Black horror genre. So just say, hey, I'm scared of scary movies. Just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody ain't built for that. For that type of art. But don't sit here and disrespect, all these incredible Black creators that are making this quality. Like, them is a masterpiece. That's some of the best acting I've ever seen in a horror series. Like, matter of fact, it is the best acting I've ever seen in a horrore series.
And I love that. I love that you keep referring to it as art.
It is art.
Because that's exactly what it is. But some of the most, some of the smartest, some people who think they're the most cultured, they don't have a wide range of knowledge of what art is, And my current acting teacher, shout out to Wendy Davis, she said something so profound and so simple. She said, a confused mind says no.
Yeah.
And so what's happening in entertainment right now is you can't just sit back and, have a side conversation while you're watching some of this stuff. No, you have to pay attention.
Exactly.
There are bits and pieces that you need to research. Watch Get Out 3, 4, 5 times. By the 6th time, you're going to see something that you didn't see before. You have to pay attention. You have to focus. And it's really laziness, because if you're not focused about what is this deeper meaning? What does this represent? If you're not in it for the art, you're going to be confused. And like Wendy Davis said, a confused mind says no. Yeah, they're confused.
And just to piggyback on the art is supposed, because people are like, oh, with everything going on right now, it's just going to trigger me. Like, again, back in the day when Brand Nubians and Public Enemy and X-Clan, they were talking about things that were going on right now in the neighborhood. The Message was talking about things that were going on in our neighborhoods, in our communities.
Yeah.
So why can't movies do that? What's the difference? Again, art, the whole purpose of art is to exhume emotions from the individual.
Right.
Now, and not all emotions are happy-go-lucky.
Exactly. Art imitates life.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to file this under stop lying. You need more people. You know what I'm saying?
We don't believe you.
We don't believe you.
People.
Exactly. That's what we found this under, man. Stop that.
Right.
You be doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you shook, you shook. That's it.
Right.
Don't disrespect the art. Come on now.
Right.
You do better than that.
Right.
So,
grab your remote.
And speaking of art and movies, let's get into this.
We're getting into
now. So there was a call to boycott Georgia over the whole Election Integrity Act of 2021 in terms of entertainment. But Marvel and Ryan Coogler have decided not to, and I actually respect the reason why. Okay. He says that he doesn't want to boycott the industry because after he spoke to a lot of voting rights, people down there, and he's come to realize that, hey, a lot of the people that would be affected by this boycott look like us.
Yep.
And I respect that. I respect that so much. And, again, with everything, especially with what's Ryan going through with the whole, should we recast Chadwick, should we not?
Yeah.
I know he's probably like, damn, something else I gotta deal with,
Right.
So respect to him. I totally get it. No, don't get me wrong. I totally get why people want to boycott because that law is just horrendous.
It is.
But at the same time, sometimes we have to think, instead of knee-jerk reactions, we have to think things through. And I think that's what he did. He did the research, and I'm okay with his decision. What do you think?
Well, I think that I see both sides, just like you. Mm-hmm. But right around, when everything started to come to a head, really in 2020, in ways that it has done before, one thing that sort of resurfaced was that Black people, in particular, of today, don't know how to boycott, i.e., sacrifice for the long term. And I'm not judging, not one bit. All I'm saying is the bus boycotts lasted for over a year. People walked to work. People lost their jobs. People walked to work in the rain, in the heat. People sacrificed.
Yes.
For over a year. People who had cars would carpool, had cars full of people. They did this for over a year. And we all know what a year of struggle and lack of normalcy feels like.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. We know what it feels like now.
Yep.
So my thing is, in order to affect change, there will be pain.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
There will be pain.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that pain is going to come from our households.
Yeah.
But we've gotten, and again, I am not judging. I'm not going to sit up here and say what I would or wouldn't do. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is we built different. Yes,
we are.
We built different. And I'm not so sure that if something like the bus boycotts, if something like that were to be initiated in this day and age, wouldn't last a week.
I know, right? I know. You're right.
Wouldn't last a week.
You're right.
Get on the bus.
So we're gonna file this under. We see both sides.
We see both sides.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So speaking of community activism and everything, we're gonna bring this amazing, beautiful Delta girl in the house. We're gonna bring her to the stage. Her name is Yolanda Rodgers Howsie, and she is the co-founder of Stepping in the Service, which she co-founded with R. Rudy Keisha Knight. So we love her to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Yolanda, you know, she's a friend of the show. She actually helped book last week's guest, Victoria.
Oh,
Yeah. So that was Yolanda's doing. So Yolanda, welcome to the show, love.
Hi.
Continue on with that intro. You was like beautiful. What
Right.
Beautiful, brilliant,
Let's
sweet,
go.
understanding, you know, resourceful.
because my boys are sitting here listening. I want them to hear what you're saying. My kids are sitting here. They need to see. You know, you don't appreciate what you have until someone else gets it. You know what I mean?
Facts. Facts.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? She said facts. Thank you. How are you guys?
We're good.
We're good. We were almost twins. I almost wore my bamboos, but I couldn't find them. So I had to.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Hold on. Next time when we do the 90s party. So anyway, Yolanda, for our listeners who don't know who you are, tell them, number one, a little bit about yourself, and then tell them about stepping into service and what the whole purpose of that organization is.
Absolutely. My pleasure. So again, my name is Yolanda Rodgers Howsie, originally from Detroit, Michigan. I live here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Been here for years now. And I used to be a national officer for Delta Sigma Theta. One of the co-chairs of Arts and Letters, national co-chair of Arts and Letters. This was like during the centennial. And so during that administration, we come up with an initiative called Project ART, ART being an acronym, meaning actively redefining together. So what we would do, or what we did rather, and still do, we partner with studios and directors who are putting out positive films about the Black community, and especially a positive depiction of the African-American male. And when that happens, then your particular project can become a Delta, what we call a Delta Red Carpet event, and we will mobilize the entire sorority nationwide to go out and support a film the very first 2 weekends of its opening, because we know that determines the lifespan of that film. And so that was one of the things I'm like super proud of like putting together with an amazing task force. But Keisha Knight Pulliam, one of my sorors who I'm very close to, we're all graduates of HBCUs. And so we decided to, it kind of started off as being like, we wanted to put on the very first all celebrity Greek show.
Hold on, before you go any further, which HBCU did you attend?
I attended Toledo College, which is a private HBCU right in Jackson, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And where did Keisha go?
Spelman.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So continue. My mother sent me to Tougaloo against my will. I had never heard of Tougaloo. And but I obviously grew to love it, and something I'm very proud to say I'm an alumni of Tougaloo College.
Yes.
Nice.
So we were talking about the all celebrity step show. So because before COVID, you know, we were just like planning away on that. So we're still going to do that. And that was going to be one of our biggest initiative to raise funding for HBCU scholarships. So that's how, and the name of it is Stepping into Service. And so then we partnered with Black Voters Matters in doing the National Stroll to the Polls. That was our political initiative. And so because of my affiliation with the film industry, and so one of our major missions rather is we want to make sure that our collegiates, our HBCU students, our young African-American kids are afforded these cool opportunities in the film industry. So we're stepping into service. We're kind of working with different networks, studios, to get the word out, and that they can provide internships to those HBCU students. So working with Lifetime, we're in communication with those guys and making sure that they, you know, offer up internships to HBCU students. But it was just a natural transition because of my sweet, dear sorority sister, Victoria Christopher Murray, who you guys had an amazing time with last week.
Yes, we love her.
So I've been knowing her for years. And so like to watch her, you know, she's an amazing author, but to see her words come to life has been like a joy. I was telling her earlier today, like I'm like a kid at Christmas, like like just super, super proud of her. And so and that's one of the things I would really like for us to get behind the film, because as I was saying earlier, it is so critical that we do support these Black films, because it is basically securing the pipeline of future Black films. We have to have a platform to be able to tell our stories.
And not just films, TV shows too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we just want everybody to join in tomorrow. That's 8 p.m., 7 Central, Lifetime. And they're going to be doing a live tweet, hashtag Envy on Lifetime.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm super excited.
Nice.
You guys did an amazing job last week. You're funny, Bobby.
Oh, see that? Listen, sis, I'm telling you.
I saw Raw.
The main reason I wanted to do something with Bobbi is because she's funny. She's not just a pretty face. She is pure comedy.
I was like, with the houses, like I can look it up on my phone. Have you nobody pacing your house?
Nobody but nobody.
So Bobbi, I know you got something for your lovely soror.
I do, soror. I do.
I didn't know you were a soror.
Did I not say that?
Yeah,
Look, I got my priorities. Look, I got my priorities all out. I'm talking about earrings. Hi, soror.
Greetings, soror.
But hold on, Yolanda. I told you that, but you just forgot. But I did tell you that, definitely.
It's okay.
Sorry. Look,
it's all right. It's all love.
Look, she a whole mogul.
Exactly.
At Western Carolina.
Okay, what year?
In 2001.
Yeah. What were you?
3. There were only 4 people on my line.
Hold it. Stop the presses. You was a Trey too?
Oh, see, now you learning something.
I was a Trey. Too. We got to all the Treys, we be the illest, but go ahead.
my Deltaversary is coming up in a couple weeks too.
We gotta turn up.
I'm going to see something, because I'm so glad you said that, because we have like some amazing sponsors.
Oh, okay.
That are giving away like some mad, crazy paraphernalia, and I'm talking like, I'm like, I want it all myself, but I can't. I'm going to especially send you something.
Thank you.
And so there is this one vendor has these amazing blankets. Like I had on one of the shirts, but yeah, I got you.
Thank you. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh Lord.
So my question for you is, I had an experience a little while ago where I saw my son was affected by a movie. It was actually Hidden Figures. During all of this stuff that's going on in the world, I'm trying to, and especially during the pandemic, I'm trying to educate him about what he doesn't learn in school. But it was so hard for him. I didn't feel like he was getting it. I didn't feel like he was, getting the depths of everything until he saw the movie Hidden Figures. He really began to understand.
How old is
he? He's 11.
Okay.
And so my question for you is, how old were you when you first had that experience, when a movie really reached you and really made some sort of experience come to life? And what movie or TV show was that?
Hold on, can I just say something? That was an amazing question. Go ahead.
Because she's an amazing Delta. I mean,
oh boy, here we go.
Come on, Brad. Like, you gotta recognize that.
Oh no. You see, that's why I got it next to me.
And likewise.
So again, I grew up in Detroit, and so the Motown sound, like, it was just like, it was so prevalent. And but I can remember my mom took me to see, it was back then it was a double feature, like you get to see 2 movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was Cooley High and Sparkle.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like that right there. Those, although, it was, some sad parts to the movie, but it just, the talent, the singing, and then of course, again, going back to, it just really resonated with me because of, the whole atmosphere of Motown in Detroit. So I think I would have to say that was that moment where I saw that we were special But and that wasn't hard to do either, because growing up in Detroit, again, when I moved here to Pittsburgh, it's quite different here. The population in Detroit is just obviously mostly Black, but you don't have that difficult time finding out that you are special in a place like Detroit.
Right.
But yeah,
right.
I would have to say Sparkle and Cooley High. Like,
Yeah.
those are two, like, if
Classics.
you haven't seen those two movies, just turn
What are you
the
doing?
Black card in.
Right.
Exactly. That's
Stacked.
required viewing.
Right. Right.
That is awesome.
That's a really good question, Sor. That's a really, really good question.
Thank you.
What was it for you?
Oh, see, it must. I gotta say, my favorite movie of all times was The Five Heartbeats. It was Five Heartbeats. Yeah, listen. Yeah, and that was the first movie that I watched over and over and over and over again, and I knew all of the words, all the lines, and just I didn't realize that they were lip singing at the time, but
Right.
I knew that was us. And one thing that really resonated with me in that movie later on in life, about my art, I became sort of a control freak about my art, just very serious about my art. And one thing that I always go back to is when he pushes the guy off the piano, he says, "That's my music," and he pushes him off the piano because he just can't take his music being messed with. I have so many moments like that in my life where I'm like, no. That period. I'm like, don't mess it up. This is what I do. Don't mess it up. So yeah, I think the Five Heartbeats was really the first movie that just really,
What about
struck me.
John? What about you, John?
Oh, it was the first movie. It was two of them. It was Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, because as a young boy, like, when I say young, I'm talking like 8 or 9 years old. I was into like the martial arts. I took judo for like 4 years.
While I was, you were tearing your mother's house up, kicking
the basement. That's where I was doing. No, it was so funny. They had the true story. They had some extra tiles left over from where they redid the kitchen floor. So I used to put them in between two chairs. And I used to
That's so boy. That is so boy.
So my mom came down and just had to go, like, "What in the world are you doing?" I was like, "Look, Ma."
Look, my son did that at school, but the thing is, they weren't extra tiles. They were the ones that they were going to use in the ceiling.
Oh my God. So it was that movie, and it was Brian's song, because Brian's song is the first. No, let me take that back. It wasn't the first movie that made me cry. It was Sounder, the first movie that made me cry. Sounder was about. Hold on, Bobby, was about Black trauma. And they had the dog was like, they had to kill the dog because he got rabies, but the dog was like the family's protector, right? At least the kids. And I remember that scene where he had put the dog down, and I was just boohooing. I mean,
what was it? That was Kevin Hook or something like
that? I can't remember. It's such an old movie. I can't even remember. It was a Black movie though. It was definitely a Black movie, but I can't remember who the stars were. Like, I'm sure all the stars that were, Kevin Hooks was as the little boy.
Exactly.
Kevin Hooks is a little boy, but probably like most of the actors in there are dead or whatever. But yeah, that movie hit me. That was the first one that made me cry. And then shortly thereafter, I think Brian's song about Gail Sayers and Brian Piccolo, as an athlete, that hit me, when he, that was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. But But anyway, I got another question. Okay. So I guess this whole, the whole stepping in the service thing, that's great. But I guess my question for you is, what's next for stepping into service?
That's a good question. So initially, after we finished up the national show to the polls, and then for the Georgia runoff, we just completed and finished up what we call we did like a film festival. And so we are announcing the winners of so that was just for the Georgia runoff. All of the Greeks were able, again, working with Black Voters Matters. We gave away funding for the chapters that submitted like a 2 to 5 minute short film of how they engage their communities. And so we have the Decatur chapter of Dulcing with Theta, the Savannah chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho, and we have an undergraduate chapter, Kappa's, I think that's Georgia, Albany, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have a collaboration among all of the deltas in the state of Georgia, social action.
Wow.
So I would love to come back and have some of those guys on your show, like just to showcase their films. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, we could definitely do something like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that'd be dope.
Yeah. And so then so that was that. And then we were going to move right into our what we call the reflection series. And what that is that we're going to interview like C-suite executives. If we interviewed somebody, let's use Candy Castleberry, who's a soror at Twitter. Like, for instance, if we were to interview her, talk about her collegiate career, because she's a diversity inclusion officer for Twitter. And a lot of our kids don't know what that means. What does that career, what does that entail? So it is to expose them to careers that they very well may not be familiar with, while someone like Twitter will offer up internships, because they can very well be interested in that thing, but just don't know it exists.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so, and my whole premise behind that is that, and I do freelance marketing for film. So oftentimes when we do campaigns centered around HBCUs, we always go to those few premier HBCUs, your Hamptons, your Howard, Spelman. But I found out that to be true for corporate America. So when they're recruiting, they really just go to those schools. So what happens to me, it kind of irritates me, because what happens to a kid at Toledo? What happens to a student at, Southern and Baton Rouge? They are not afforded those cool opportunities. So the reflection series is in my mind, to even the playing field when it comes to
that is
America.
awesome.
It is.
So that is that. But what I'm finding now is that Anjanou Ellis, who's also a soror, we were at Tougaloo together. And so she's one of my ambassadors. And so I'm working on a few things with her. So we're finding out that, stepping into service is we're going into production. We're becoming a part of a production team and putting out films. And so we're super excited about that, but because again, we get to, give these students at HBCUs the opportunity to be able to put something on their resume. We worked on this, we worked on that. So that's what we're doing. I'm not at liberty to talk about, exactly what those things are, but I will be happy to share with you guys at the first moment I'm able to.
Please do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Please do.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing. And then we're just gearing up and getting ready. This is going to excite you, John, because I know you are a big Stiller fan. So another soror, her name is Linnell Nunn. She happens to be the brother of Bill Nunn, the late Bill Nunn. And, their dad he was instrumental in getting the NFL to start drafting from HBCUs. So
wow.
We have the Bill Nunn Scholarship that we are getting ready to launch. And by the way, I think he's a Hall of Famer this year. He's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
So, some cool, exciting things. I just need to pull it all together and execute.
That is freaking awesome, sis. So listen, on behalf of He's the DJ, She's the Actress, I'm sure Bobbi shares this, is we feel honored to have had you on the show.
Yes.
And you have some really exciting things coming up, and let us know if there's any way we can support you. We got you. You've always looked out for me since I've known you. I feel like I've known you forever, even though I've known you for maybe a year, not even a year yet. Whatever.
Has it not been a year?
Yeah, I don't think it's been a year. No, I don't think it's been a year. Nope.
Okay, so before I go, because it sounds like you guys are, I feel the hook coming.
Yeah, we the Sandman is coming to your door right now.
So the hook coming. So, because I so enjoyed being with you guys.
We enjoyed you too.
So but I want to announce these vendors so we can get these, because we're going to do like Instagram live tomorrow and giving out these prizes. So you guys have to help me, because some of the content that we've talked about tonight, and basically what you all talked about before coming on, is going to be, I'm going to create some questions for the audience. So if they've joined us and heard all of the wonderful things you guys have talked about, and if they answer the question correctly, we get to give them they get a prize.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh, okay.
All of the prizes are of at least a value of at least $100. So we're not talking like little keychains.
Yeah.
Sister becoming correct.
so no license plate holders, nothing like that.
Yeah, there are, and so a couple of them have offered up $100 gift certificate. So you can go ahead and purchase, whatever you want for $100. So
damn.
Sure, you guys, and so I want to offer up 4 of those gifts for you all's platform.
Oh, nice.
So you tell me how you want to pull that off. I'll be happy to do that.
What we can do? What we could do it post show, and basically we can pose them as questions, on our fan page, and the first person to answer, they get the prize.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, you know what? Better yet, because we're talking about Greek vendors, I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what I will do, and I'm letting you guys know right now, go to the D9NY page, Divine 9 of New York, and it's like 1,600 members in there, and I'm sure many of them are listening right now. And we'll have some questions. You said you have 4 items?
Yep.
All right. And do me a favor, just send whatever you're giving away. Like, you can either text it to me or email or whatever, and I'll post what they're going to be vying for, and we'll go from there. All right.
Okay.
All right.
That's amazing. So I'm going to text you the vendors, and so you just have to give them a shout out for
all right. No doubt
donating the sponsoring their gifts.
No doubt.
Just go from there. And so again, before I leave, please join us, our sorority sister Victoria Christopher Murray, watching her work live tomorrow. Lifetime.
Yes.
8:00, 7 Central, and we're going to be tweeting live throughout the film. And that is, what is it? Hashtag Envy on Lifetime.
Okay.
Bring one, because again, we're I think Victoria said just bring one person, make one person watch.
Yes.
Because again, it is that platform that we have to secure to make sure that we'll be able to see other future films of our communities, our Black stories.
Facts. So once again, sis, we love you, man. Thanks for
Listen, Yolanda, the shirt say "Making my ancestors proud." You are making the people right beside you proud. You are making us so proud. Yes.
That's what's up.
Bobbi, you live together.
We do. I'm in North Carolina.
For right now.
I'm about to move to Tennessee. But
Tennessee.
Where?
Clarksville.
What's in Clarksville?
Exactly.
Her husband.
That's what I just said. That's what I said.
Let me toot the horn, because she's very, modest about these things. But her husband was the former associate head coach at Duke University, right beside Coach K, and he just got a job at Austin P as the head coach. So they're about to be making moves.
So let's send my babies down there with you.
Yeah, send them. I will take care. Auntie Bobbi will take care.
Does your son play basketball?
He does.
So are you one of those crazy AAU moms like me?
I'm not
about to get kicked out of the gym.
Not yet. I'm on my way.
It's coming. I'm
on my way.
That would be me.
I love it.
I love it.
Looking at me from the court like, oh my God.
Ma! Look, we gotta go. All right, listen. So listen, love.
Oh my God.
We got you. Send me everything, and then we're gonna get this popping for you, and we'll go from there. All right.
All right. I love you guys.
Love you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
That was awesome, man. Such a good spirit. Man.
Yes.
Spirit.
We have the best guests.
Yes, we do. Our guests are fire.
Right. It's like we just mesh right in with them. It's like it's not like we're just meeting them. It's like we're just picking up wherever we left off from the last conversation we had.
But it speaks to the authenticity of the show. We don't look at them as guests, and we don't look at them as people that are beyond us. They're our friends, they're our supporters, and we support them, and it's like a mutual thing. So I love that about our show. But anyway, sis, we running real late, so I'm just asking right off the bat, what's on your mind?
People need to stop touching my stuff. Leave my stuff alone. I cannot stand for them to touch my stuff. I don't understand. I grew up in a house with 4 sisters. Like, I thought the days of people touching my stuff was over. I live in a house with all dudes, and people still touching my stuff. That's not right, because when we get to Clarksville, I'm gonna get my own room, and I'm gonna do like my big sister did. I'm gonna have a lock on the door with not like the turn light. It's gonna have a key. You have to have a key to get in that bad boy, and that's why I'm gonna keep all my stuff.
Oh my God. Woo! I get it.
What's on your mind, bruh?
I just want people to know there's a whole story behind what she just said. So, so we get it.
You saw it was like right here. You saw it was like it was like right. It was like right at the top of my throat, and it just bubbled over.
Exactly. What's on my mind? What's on my mind is the fact that our president is trying his best to get these gun bills passed, and these mass shootings keep happening. There was another one today. I can't remember exactly where I saw it on the news. I can't remember exactly where. And there was another one last week, whatever. And what more proof do we need that we need tougher gun laws? Everybody shouldn't just be able to go somewhere and pick up a gun. That's fact. But of course, the NRA, it's always guns don't kill people, people kill people. Okay, tell that to those families that are suffering right now.
Right.
I believe this was a FedEx.
FedEx facility.
Yeah, FedEx facility. So it's just crazy right now. So I'm praying for all those families, and I really hope that President Biden and this administration gets this done, because enough is enough, man.
Enough is enough. Our numbers are shameful in 2 areas: COVID and gun control.
Absolutely.
There's no other place that goes through these things. And just a real quick story about the NRA. I bought a house from a man who was an avid supporter of the NRA. And
what?
And I it might not even be legal for me to say this, but his mail still comes here.
Wow.
And I know how they get down.
Wow.
I know how they get down. I don't think it's probably a felony to say I read his mail or something like that. So I'm not going to incriminate myself. But this is my house.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my mailbox. And I ain't got nothing to do with how slow you were on the forwarding. So, but seriously, packets this thick of propaganda.
Wow.
Packets this thick of propaganda. And not only that, but the amounts of money that they call for donations from their supporters are gargantuous.
What?
But you read so much. It's almost like you listen to a sermon and then they ask you for your tithe.
Damn.
That's what those packets look like.
That's crazy, sis. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Don't ask me how I know.
So listen, y'all. This has been episode 8. Episode 8, Bobbi. Wow.
What?
Number 8 of He's the DJ, She's the Actress. Don't forget, next week we're gonna come on the same time, except we'll be on Thursday. So make sure you tune in. I gotta spin some tunes for the frat on Friday. So instead of us skipping a week, we wanted to give y'all something next week. And we're gonna have Delish Jones, who is the executive producer of American Gangsters Trap Queens, which is an amazing documentary series that airs on BET. Make sure if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. Like, some of these stories are just phenomenal, and they speak to the racism, the systemic racism within our justice system. So anyway, I'm the DJ.
I'm the actress.
And we out, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.
DJ John Quick.
Bobby Baker, DJ John Quick, Bobbi Baker.
He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the actress. He's the DJ, she's the actress. Actress.
We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.